Okay, now it's almost 6 p.m. on the Pacific Coast. My name is Sergey Savastyuk. I have a PhD in applied mathematics. I used to teach at Santa Clara University with their PhD in game theory, artificial intelligence. I started a few companies in Silicon Valley, and now I'm working with Tickeron. Okay. Today topic is trading with the AI screener. Actually, I'm going to be talking also about time machine we just introduced. It's kind of going to be exciting, okay? But the first thing, a few words about Tickeron and the formal part about disclaimers, which is somewhat different than a company, because Tickeron is SEC registered company. What it means we're registered with the Security Exchange Commission, the FINRA, which means that we have a compliance department and we cannot sell you any BS. It's as simple as that. If company is not registered, they can tell you pretty much anything. They can even show you all kinds of testimonials. And this is an example of a company which did go to the gray territory and then was sued by Federal Trade Commission. This company called Online Trading Academy. They settled recently 5 to 9 million, 10 million, all kinds of settlements for what? For deceiving consumers for years of what they did and how they trained those people, actually getting a lot of money and selling them BS, okay? So if you really wanna find out whether or not the company is SEC registered, then you have to find the form ADV Part 2 in the legal part or general part, anywhere you can on the website. Here is an example, company well-known Betterment. Here's the form ADV Part 2. You can find a similar form at our website, which means Tickeron is SEC registered and all the disclaimers are there, okay? Second thing, a lot of trades on the market, in the stock market, futures market made by computers with algorithms, and that's where the world is moving. And I understand that you're interested in this topic, and that's what we're going to be talking today about that, okay? So I found that on one of the educational courses, and the idea is that try to become as robotic as possible when trading. So for that reason, we're actually creating robots. It is not topic of today, but you can always find them on a section of trading and AI robots, which pretty much like trading rooms and all these trades in and out made by robots, okay? But today's topic is screener is somewhat a rule-based trading, and the question is how to find really good stocks using our quite sophisticated screener. And I also will tell you about time machine. What is a time machine? So, screener, you I bet would understand what it is. It's filters, and then you use the filters to find the good stocks. The time machine is somewhat new, and I've not seen anything close to what we have just introduced. So imagine you have a data point, and that data point is as of today, okay? So for instance, this is our screener, and then we have look, all kinds of recommendations, buy, sell, and all kinds of stuff, right? For about 4,000 stocks, we can create a filter, and let's assume it is all for today. Tomorrow, that buy can become sell, and that means it's going to be all different, okay? So we use quite a lot of data, fundamental analysis, technical analysis, and earnings, dividends, everything, right, to find the good stocks. And then imagine you want to check whether or not that filter is working well in different times of the past. So pretty much take all the data of the past, create the similar point, meaning this type of a day in the past, then like in the movie Back to the Future, you're going to be able to see the future. Why? Because you are in the past. Okay, that's a kind of quite a sophisticated calculations, which somewhat backtesting your filters, and that's a new feature we just introduced. Okay, so what else? So I'm going to be telling you about the screener and the features and how to build the filters. I will tell you what is the difference between the screener and scanner. We will talk about the group trends, and I will show you how to build the filters, and then how to use paper trade to track it. And then I will tell you about time machine, because as soon as you understand all these topics, then you're going to be good. Okay. So now let's go back to the screener. Okay. So the first page, which is a default page, is the page with the group trends. Okay, what it means, group trends? It means we have industries, themes, and indices. So let's take themes, and you see this is the themes: automation, commercial banking, components, ethanol. What it says, it means it is the rating for the theme. You see in this theme 10 stocks, okay? In this one 5 stocks, this one has a 9, and all of them are rated with a strong buy, or let's say strong sell and sell buy, and all of them are rated. So we have about 500 themes, and then you can look what's really going on. Looks like dairy is not doing well. You see this fish theme, foods, for whatever reason they sell, and then we can look at that, what's going on. Okay. So this is the first page. Okay. Now let's look at the how to see what is inside. Okay. Let's look something which would be interesting. Okay, solar, right? So you see. It is all these periods, 1 day, week, month, quarter, 6 months, year, it's been green and still green for the entire theme. Why I'm talking about too much about the themes? Because I am a big believer that the themes kind of increasing your probabilities of success, because these groups of stocks, they typically walk in herds. Why? Because if they all solar, then that means they're going to go all together, either up or down, like this herd, left or right. And we put a lot of emphasis on analysis of the different groups, because our algorithms are based on those facts where the groups is moving, right? So if the group is buy, there's a high probability that somebody is inside is going to be also buy, okay? So let's take a solar, 12 stocks, right? And a strong buy, and all of these periods been great. For the year, it is almost 300%, right? Almost 400%, right? So in order to look inside, we click here, and then you see at this moment, this blue bar is going to be activated, okay? So let's see where I was, solar, okay? Now I have 12 stocks. You see, copy 12 stocks, and I'm gonna go right back to the screener, okay? Because I want to see them inside, okay? Now you see these 12 stocks and them in the scorecard. all of them have these ratings, okay? So now let's look what we have for this table, okay? This is a scorecard which has some somewhat an integrated approach to all information we have, okay? The rating is buy. It is a relatively short-term rating in the range of like month or so, but that's good enough. And then this is a fundamental analysis. We introduce our own ratings. So instead of forcing you to read all this data like PB ratio, P ratio, you can use this and create a filter. So I will show you how to do that. We put it in a plain English, like for instance, valuation, undervalued or overvalued, okay? So this one is undervalued, this one is overvalued. Quite a lot of people really want to buy undervalued stocks, and then it's SunPower, even though it's been growing, but other growing even faster, okay? So you see, then profit versus risk, it's another rating where we measure how balanced the profit and the risk for these different companies. SMR rating, it's a kind of a business type of analysis, whether or not the business is worth of pursuing. As you can see, it's all of them red. That means solar, it's still a not good business, but people investing, and it's not a big deal, okay? Price growth, it's how well those companies are growing in prices. And P growth, it is growth of their price earnings, some of them green, some of them red, and you obviously guessing the green is good, red is bad, and the gray is somewhat okay. And seasonality score, which is a very special type of, maybe not very applicable for this group, but quite a lot of stocks have a seasonality effects, which we're analyzing, and they are significant. Then it should be much greater than 50. It's nothing here, but a good example is a back to school season, and those stocks have a tendency to go up on the back to school seasons. And some other retailers, some other sectors and the themes have that and quite well represented, okay? Now let's go to the technical analysis. Technical analysis, I assume you know something about technical analysis. For instance, it should remind about stochastic, RSI, Arun, MACD, momentum, Bollinger, moving average. These are major indices we cover. And then how to read that. This is obvious. This, let's say, we continue to talk about the, let's say, SunPower, right? Oh, this one. So it's been overbought for 14 days. Okay, you know, if you know the indicators, then you know what it means, overbought. This one is kind of easy. So the signal was today here, and the probability of going up is 76%, okay? It's odds of success, that's the way we call it. And then I always was interested in the fact, what if the signal was some time ago, okay, let's say 15 days ago? Is that too late? It turns out that we do the back testing. So all this data and the millions of operations made overnight based on the end of day information. And so we do the back testing and give you this information. So that MACD signal was 15 days ago, but it's still good enough. This one 14 days ago, this one day ago, and shows down. What it means for me, it means kind of hitting the upper limit of a Bollinger Band, which is, it's okay. It's useful indicator, but not always, okay? Moving average, 22 days ago, that signal was, and it's still good, okay? So from, you see TA score, which is a technical analysis score 421, and we value that. And here in fundamental analysis 224, and then what we do, we say, okay, phase score, fundamental analysis TA score, and then we integrate that, look at artificial intelligence predictions and some other things, including the community predictions, which you can also see if you vote let's say I will take a bullish prediction, confidence medium, boom, and that way, oh, okay, that now I know what the other people are thinking. Okay, it's pretty close to this too. Okay, this is for the week, this is for the month, and this for the week for the month. Okay, so this is the prediction. Interesting column we introduced lately, which is the 1 year insider trading. So as you know, insider trading is sometimes, not sometimes, could be legal and illegal, right? So we obviously track only legal insider trading. We're getting this data from Security Exchange Commission and then database, and then publish that right here. And then now you see that some people, insiders, cashing out, like here. Is that a big deal? No, but sometimes you see somebody is buying, which is a better sign, right? Okay, and so you can sort it by buy and sell. So that way we do present this in a table format, but let's assume you want to read more about each of these companies. So what you do, you click here, okay? And then this is a brief analysis with charts, and then you go and expand that to a new screen. And now what you have is all the text, all the ratings, and some additional information, how the trading session was today. So this information is updated daily. For instance, here today, the ticker was a gap up 8%, okay? And ended up closing with about 7% up in the session, okay? And then now you can read about all of these analysis, like bullish trend analysis, bearish trend analysis. Then you can read about the fundamental analysis and everything which relates to the fundamentals. Then you can read about the earnings, okay? Then all the signals which been generated here. Then what you can do is to look at this column, which is quite a sophisticated column, because we're looking at the, you see, the different themes where this SunPower belongs to. So we extract the highly correlated stocks, solar theme, clean tech, electrical products, and then the correlation of this groups and themes to this company like a SunPower, okay? Why we're doing that? Because we do build some robots which are looking at this information. Example could be, let's say, you see this solar theme jumped today at 9%. The entire theme, the entire group jumped pretty high, but the solar power jumped only 5%. What does it mean? It means that this thing is gonna, most likely is gonna catch up with this 9%, okay? So the way I explain this, let me show you the picture. So if this group is moving together and there's one lost ship and there is a gap, so that means sooner or later that ship is gonna join this herd, and that's how we build some trading technologies based on analysis of these highly correlated groups, okay? So, but that's more about the robots and the technology, but as you can see, that presentation of just one ticker gives you quite a lot of information, and you are in a good hands, okay? So let's step back. So one ticker, you see a group of tickers, right, which you can look. And then now we go back to the screener, okay? Now, let's try to see how we can create a watch list. Every time, let's say I'm clicking at industries. So this is analysis how each industry performed within a year. And let's say I want to look at the 1 week. and that's the performance. And then let's say I want to, okay, energy metals doing well within the week, and then I'm saying, okay, it's cool, and I want to analyze only energy minerals, okay, and 97 stocks, you see they're here, and let's assume I want to take a scorecard and then sort them by strong buys, okay. So, okay, now it's all strong buys. And now I want to take 97, maybe too many for me to trade tomorrow. I'm gonna take, let's say 20, or if I want more, I can look for more. And then let's say it's gonna be, let's say 40, okay? So now I will show you how it works. You see this blue bar not activated. Now it's activated. I can take all of them, 97. Now I can create a watch list, okay? I can click here on the watch list and then add new. And now today is what? 01, 07, 21. That was the metals, let's say bullish, right? Okay. And then enter. Now I have my watch list created, and all these stocks are now in that watch list. And now I'm prepared, let's say, for tomorrow. So what I'm going to do tomorrow, I'm going to, let me refresh it because I'm coming tomorrow. Okay. If you guys want to remove this kind of shading, answer this survey, and then it's going to be good. It's going to help us, okay? So now I'm going to go to my watch list. You see 01, it's bullish. I'm going to open that watch list, okay? Now, these are my stocks, as you can see, 40, and all of them right here. And you see, this is the same group, and I can now look at that and as a scanner. So what it's going to mean, it's going to mean that this information, if I click here, is going to be information for the day. Okay, so tomorrow that's going to start from scratch, and it's going to show you what's happening. Okay. The good thing about the watch list, this column, okay, what's that column? It means, you see, it is 620 on the West Coast, and it is 0. And what it means if I look at this watch list, let's say in a week, in a month, then we're going to collect for you all the profit and losses from the prices of opening bell tomorrow, right? So we don't know the prices. So the opening bell is going to allow us to kind of fix that. And then we're going to be able to give you all these things right here. So for instance, let's go to my watch lists, which were, let's say, in cars, okay? That's another watch list that's created in May 14, okay? And let's see if it's gonna work, okay? You see, these are the percentages. You see NEO, 1.5, 1,500,000%, no, 1,500%, 600%. This is 2%. That's kind of weird. Yeah, all this data right here, okay? You see, this is all made money when I made the similar presentation about the cars, okay? So now let's go back to the this watch list, okay? Which I created from the SOAR. You remember that, okay? So now, where else you can move any other stock? So for instance, you can move it to the scanner which is going to give you only scanning information and some additional intraday data about trading session, also including this column. You're going to be able to find the news as of today, okay? And then you're also going to be able to know the earnings dates, volumes per day, per week, and then what else here? Gaps for the day, volatility, and everything, okay? So then what you're going to be able to do if you want to move to scanner, you can create a report and read about these stocks in the two types of reports about all signals been created historically and a scorecard. Let's say click right here. And now you see a view report, and it's going to give you a real full analysis why we arrived to the conclusion that it is strong buy, and analysis of a group, analysis of the theme. You see I'm opening and this text all generated. You can read, and then you can read about every single report about every company which is on the list, okay? So what this blue bar does is pretty much transfers anywhere you want. Let's say paper trade, okay? What is a paper trade? It's going to allow you to buy or sell short the list. Then we're going to keep it as a list, and then you're going to track it as a list. You can remove it if you want, one or two, but then press button, buy, and then all these orders are going to be executed, and they're going to be treated as a group. So you can buy and sell groups. And actually, we're working on a technology connected that to the brokerage accounts, and then brokerage right now pretty cheap. So it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what you buy, one stock or a group of stocks. And that way, we are thinking that buying a group of stock would be much more defensible than buying just one, okay? So you can use that one, okay, paper trade. Now, you can move it to see what the community thinks, community predictions. Then you can look at the trend predictions, real-time patterns, and real-time. So you can move and see trend predictions. It's our premium tool, and you're going to be able to see what are the trend predictions for each of them with regard of our neural network analyzing the trends, okay? I'm not going to talk about this tool. I'm just showing you how to use this blue bar, and it is pretty cool because from different perspectives you can move the lists any way you want, and it's kind of a very sophisticated thing. Okay. Now let's go back to the screener home, and I will show you several ways of building their features, okay? And then I will talk about time machine because I think I covered already. You see what I did? I showed you difference between screener and scanner. I showed you the group trends, okay? Then I showed you I will show you how to build filters, and I will already showed you the paper trade a little bit. I'll show you more, okay? Now, what and how to build the filters, okay? So for instance, let's build a very simple. Now I see here 4,287 stocks. You can also use ETFs, mutual funds, Forex, and cryptos in a similar manner. Here is also important options. Here are all stocks, and here are stock excluding penny stocks. Why it is important? Because when we're analyzing the groups, it's important to remove penny stocks because they kind of have a very volatile life, and the analysis can be screwed. If you want to analyze only penny stocks, you click here, and now you're going to see that we cover about 1,000 penny stocks. If you will click here, it's all stocks, and that's about 5,300 stocks we cover. You can look at how many ETFs, mutual funds, and so on we're working with, okay? So now let's look at this. I like to exclude penny stocks, but some people like only penny stocks, and then just click here and work with this only for penny stocks. Now it's a 4,287. And let's say I want to only strong buys, okay? Now from 4,000, now I'm down to 800, okay? And let's say market capitalization is larger than 10 billion, okay? And between 10 and 200, you see 200 stocks. And then what you can do, you can expand and look what is recorded here. Stocks excluding penny with buy, sell, strong buy, and market cap, this one, and it is about 200 stocks, you see? So it's kind of cute that now it's all recorded here. What you can do is also say, okay, I want to really over $1 million in liquidity. I have 193. Let's just kind of press it a little bit more, over 2 million, 138 stocks, okay? So again, and it's all here, you see? What is, and you can continue to select these drawdowns, and then it's going to be keep recording right here. And a good thing is that what you can do, you can click here, copy URL, and then copy, and then you can put, you see right here, even into your browser, if you create a really good filter, you can come with one click every day, get a list based on this filter. So I copied that URL, and then if you want, I can drop it to the chart. And when you click, you're going to get absolutely the same point where I'm right here, okay? So if you click on this link, that link is being transferred to you, and you can get exactly what I see right now, okay? You can continue to reduce it to more. Let's say, what else? Let's say prices, I want to do over, let's say, $50, okay? Now I have 90, okay? And the same thing, the scorecards, now it's all strong buys with can look at the fundamental analysis, technical analysis, and earnings and dividends. And then let me show you one thing, which is kind of cute. Nobody has it. Immediately when I have that list, I can look and see the earnings calendar. Okay, with one click, you immediately sort it by the time, and then you know that there's some companies, you see, like Micron reported January 7th today. These are all reporting from that list, and then you quickly see what's going on. And then, as you know, the trading around these days is quite dangerous if you don't know what you're doing. So always avoid those dates, which you can get pretty quickly, okay? So you go back to, you can even look at the dividend calendar. We're all giving here to you as a part of that screener, okay? Now, when you have it 90, you obviously can create a watch list. You can move it to anywhere on that blue bar. You can transfer and record your filters, okay? And that's what is typically done with, not quite. As you can see, we have a much more sophisticated filters, because you can say, look, and then let's say, okay, I want to filter by valuation, okay? Let's see what happens. So you see undervalued, okay? So now this company are undervalued. You see, it's good companies actually, Medtronic, IBM, Amgen, what else we know here, right? Abbott Laboratories, Dow, good company. And they are, according to these calculations, they are undervalued. So that means you kind of saying, oh, okay, cool. I want to create the list of 20 out of these undervalued stocks. and then transfer that and create another watch list, okay? And then the good thing is when you sort by any of these ratings, you will see that you see sorted by valuation rating ascending, okay? That's kind of a good, and then what you can do, you can save that filter, okay? You can save as, and then that filter is going to be recorded, and then you're going to be able to extract that filter right here. You see, this is a list of my filters, you see, which I created during the similar presentations. And then I can save it, you can copy it, I can collapse. Now I know what I have, okay? Now, and that's here the typical story about the screeners ends. People say, okay, cool, according to this thinking, this is a good filter. And then I've always been asking, okay, and why? And nobody ever answered to my question when I was learning all this stuff myself a long time ago, actually. And nobody really answered to. There is no company which was able to answer to me why that filter is going to give me good. And that the reason we created this time machine, okay? So what do, you press here, you have 14 days to try it. It's our new premium product. You can get it only if you have a screener, right? If you don't have a screener, then what's the point of a time machine without a screener, right? So now we have 16 points 4 years back. We're going to increase the number of points, and we're going to increase that back to the past. And what it means, every point, as I told you, brings you to the past. And if you here, then you're going to see the future. Why? Because right here, you apply that filter, you're going to get the different list of stocks. It's not going to be 90, it's going to be something else, but you're going to be able to check whether or not this filter was good at any of these points, okay, at any of these points, and you will be able to see whether or not this selection of the stocks withstood or kind of some drawdowns, right? You can check this point, this check, okay? So what you do, you click here, and now you see the time machine is activated to July 21st, 2017, and now you have 18 stocks. So the same filter, look guys, you see, you remember stocks excluding penny, buy, sell, everything, and even sorted, valuation rating ascending, right? Okay, so what you see here are different companies, okay? Because the same filter, which I transferred to you, right? And now it's kind of loading the data. Now, what you see here, it's 1 year before this date, right? And then 6 months after. Let's have a closer look. We're gonna take, let's say 1 quarter, and not 6 months, let's say 1 month, okay? And that way, we're going to be able to see what's really going on and whether or not that filter was good for 1 month, or maybe that filter was good for looking forward for 1 quarter, okay? So that way, you are testing your thinking and the ratings all together. So how many filters you can create? I think like 1 million, right? Depending on what you're looking for, we're giving you the tools, and then you're going to be able to see immediately, look, this is a point where all the price changes after, right? You click here, and then now you see within a quarter, it's been gaining all these numbers based on the filter we just created. And you see, it's been doing really well. For how many stocks? For 18 stocks. You see, it's more, you see, only some of them lost. Yeah, Nike lost, but most of them did really well, okay? So what it means the filter which I sent you, it's not a bad filter. I just tried this theory and then worked out really well at this point, okay? Now, the question is, it worked out well at this point. Is that going to work well at any other point? What you do, you don't change the filter. Let's go back. It's pretty dangerous. You see the stocks went down. We're going to take January 18, 2018, and let's look at the performance, right? Okay. And then market went down. Oh yeah, by the way, this is a chart of SPY, which is the S&P 500. And that way you're going to be able to quickly select a point for the time machine, because you can select this point knowing that from approximately January 2020, the market went down sometime in March, and you would be able to see how well your filter performed, because it's going to select completely different list of stocks, okay? And as you can see again, it's not bad. It worked really well. To my surprise, you see only a couple of stocks red, which is pretty much, no, it's more, few red, but quite a lot of greens, which again can be, you see, these are all strong buys because it is according to this filter. You're going to be able to collapse it. So you see, now this filter, like in the movie Back to the Future, is traveling to the past, and you're going to be able to analyze that. So what we're going to do, we're going to continue to improve these analytics with this time machine, but you're going to be able to already use it. And in fact, quite often we're getting this information about insider trading in the past, okay? So you can analyze whether or not it really impacted the stock price, okay? We're also giving you drawdowns on these periods and everything as if you are today, right? So that's a very brief introduction to this type of filters, okay? And this is like filters which you pick up yourself, but you can pick up it here. For instance, you can say, okay, I want to add to the mix something like, some people like MACD. I want to say buy, and then the signal should be very fresh between 0 and 3 days, okay? Click here, and then now you see I added to the filter, and now my filter is going to analyze only those stocks. It's going to be fewer stocks, and you see MACD didn't really work well for this case, okay? And then what else? Let's look at RSI. Let's say buy, and also the signal was between 0 and 3 days in the past, and then no data. Okay, you see, that's what happens. That's how you can mix up a technical analysis with fundamental analysis, and that allows you to do that. Okay, you can add other fundamental analysis ratings and then build these filters, okay? Now, let's look at other ways to build filters. Now, let me go back to January 7th. So I'm going back, so I'm turning off time machine. Now I am today, right? You see no red, that means I'm right here in the present, okay? So what are the ways to build the filters? You see, performance filters. This is one of the very simple way of looking at the let's say 1 week. These are the 1 week performance, the best. This is the worst, okay, within a month, okay. So I'm looking at this, and now I can start from this, let's say, catalog specialty distribution. Click here. And now let me reset that. Okay, so computer, okay, 1 week contract drilling. So you see now I have a contract drilling 5 stocks, which did really well, and then I continue to build it, okay? So now smart. This is really as if you know nothing, and then we're helping you to create this sentence, and then you can understand, let's say, undervalued. Okay, stocks trending in the direction of bullish for a week. Okay, with the price range under $5 from any industry, okay? So now I have 32 stocks which are with these prices, and that's a filter, okay? So we can continue to increase that type of here you will be able to see and analyze all the indices. Okay, so for instance, I'm gonna be able to reset, and let's assume I want to take only Dow Jones Industrials. I click here. Now I see all the stocks only which belong to the Dow Jones Industrial, right? So that's how quickly you can create a watch list or get it. And then let's see, you kind of focusing on Dow Jones Industrial, and the question is earnings calendar. Instead of going to somewhere like Yahoo Finance, whatever you use, boom, you know the earnings for this list. Okay, that's how quickly you can get it. Okay, what else? We have themes. Okay, here's an interesting thing about the themes. I already told you, but you can actually start from here. And like theme 5G. 5G is not an industry, right? Or let's say dividends, pharmaceuticals, right? So let's say 5G, or you can type here whatever. Let's say COVID, right? Do you have a COVID? Yes, we have COVID vaccine, and then click here, and now you get in your theme right here. Okay. COVID-19 is not 19 stocks, it's COVID-19. These are the companies with, you see Moderna, Pfizer, Johnson & Johnson. Let's say, what else? China, okay? So you can, with one click, this is a popular themes, but these are the, how many? It's 112 stocks in the China theme. They're doing really well, as you can see. And energy, banks, or whatever you type it here, let's say cannabis, no, oh, there's no cannabis. I thought we had it. Okay. So whatever you type at caffeine, or whatever, what's the caffeine theme? So whoever is dealing with beverages, Starbucks, you see these type of companies, and you can analyze their performance. And by the way, if you did not find that in this group trends, you can always look at the scorecard, okay, of each of them. But then the question is, how about that herd? What's happening? You see buy, sell. Is there a kind of a tendency for this theme? What you can do very easily, click here, and then scorecards. Okay, click here, and now you're getting a report and then analysis of all stock whole. That means kind of mixed, and you can read about that, and then some analysis of all the stocks. Okay. And by the way, if you have very specific questions, we also give one-on-one lessons, private lessons, cover anything you not be able to understand, and then any topic, okay? So let's go back here. So themes and tickers, okay? So this is the, here what you can do, you can paste the tickers from clipboard. And actually, it's a good thing to show you the clipboard, or load tickers from watch lists, okay? And then what else? What else I did not cover? This is a group by tickers. So what it means, group by tickers, that's where you can create a watch list out of just your own watch list, okay? So let's say Agilent, then let's say Facebook, okay? Ad, right? Let's say whatever, Tesla, TSLA, click here, and then search. Boom, now you have this as your own watch list. And actually it could be not necessarily only stocks. Watch list could be for ETFs. So you can add let's say Spider, okay? And now it's a ETF, you see? I'm gonna add it. And oh, I should have, yeah, I should have continued. Let's say you see, then Facebook, click, and then whatever had Tesla, TSLA. Sorry guys, yeah. So now I have 4, and now I have a watch list where I have 3 stocks and 1 ETF, right? So I can add here mutual fund, whatever. Watch list would be a mix, okay? Interesting, let's say Tesla, somebody had been selling within a year 382 million of insider trading stocks. Okay, that's quite interesting. Most likely this money Elon Musk takes and spends it on rockets. Who knows? But we know. Okay. So now it's 6:50 here on the West Coast, guys. The webcast is pretty much over. Please ask your questions. Otherwise, I'm going to be closing this webcast. Hopefully, I give you the quite a good presentation, how to use it. It's like instead of giving you the fish, I give you the rods to fish, right? So you're going to be able to find your own features. Some of the features you're going to be able to find it right here. So for instance, we created some of them stocks with price growth and small drawdowns. So for instance, you click here, some of the popular features. We're going to be improving that list. We're working on that and get some really interesting features for your use. And you see this kind of with one click here at Ideas, you can pick up, let's say, restaurants with a good PE, resorts, retailers, and everything you need. Okay. Okay. Any questions? No. Okay. Oh no, some question. Okay, good. I like question. Thanks so much. Yeah. Okay. Hopefully, yeah. Thank you. I hope you're gonna like this time machine. We're kind of excited for our own developments. Time machine is a really good tool to test ideas and verify the filters. If you're going to go to the marketplace, I don't think you're going to find that amount of data pre-calculated, because when you every time click, all the data for all these points already calculated. What's left is just to click and then see what happens. Otherwise, it would take you forever back test that amount of data. So on this note, guys, I'm going to finish this webcast. As I said, you're going to be able to get the copy of this recording later here, Academy webcasts, okay? And then at this moment, on the past webcast, you're going to be able to see them, okay? So hopefully you're going to have a good end of the day and then a good trading. That's another question. Okay, yeah, thank you guys. Okay, yeah. I couldn't understand, like, yeah, thank you guys, yeah. Thank you for your time and good luck. I'm closing this sharing and stop this webcast. Bye-bye.